Do you teach about Jesus Christ? Do you believe in Jesus as a Hare Krishna?
I believe in Jesus as he presented himself, and not necessarily as...
How about Hare Krishna? Do they believe Jesus is the Son of God?
I would say that, I would say Jesus is, I would say almost universally accepted within the Hare Krishna movement as a divine figure. But again...
But do they teach...
But wait.
I want to learn about the religion. Do they teach that Jesus Christ is the Son of God? Yes or no?
I have to...
You could do the sidebar stuff, but...
No, it's not a sidebar.
Because I'm trying to learn about the religion.
I know, but
you're not telling me.
If you would let me speak, then you'll know exactly what I think.
Give me a yes or no first, and then what you think.
Do we teach Jesus, Son of God? Yes. But here's the point. It's not a sidebar, it's the middle bar. And that is that because I've studied early Christian history a lot. I've studied the life of Jesus a lot, as a scholar. And what I see is there's two things here. There's Jesus and the life of Jesus, and then there's the later interpretations, such as those by Paul in the letter to the Romans, and all kinds of other people. So do I accept all the near contemporary interpretations of Jesus? No. Do I accept what Jesus said about himself? Yes.
Well, Paul and those guys taught that Jesus is the Son of God.
But we're all sons of God.
But we're talking about Jesus.
But we're all sons of God.
But listen to me. Let me ask this.
Yeah.
Paul taught that, and others taught that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yes.
And he came for our salvation. He sacrificed his life so that he could buy us back and we can have a way back to the Father. No man get to the Father unless he go through the Son. Is that what you're teaching as a Hare Krishna?
That's what some person wrote in the book of John.
Well, you teach
the other three God. Again, I accept what Jesus taught, not what other lesser people. Do I accept the authority of some guy in Western Turkey who wrote a book several generations after Jesus and claimed that Jesus said in Greek that I'm the only way? No, I don't.
You don't believe he's the only way?
I believe what Jesus said about himself, not about what people generations later, some of whom didn't even know Jesus very well, and all the claims. You don't want to get into this. Wait, hold it.
But everyone that you read,
you don't want to get into this.
They really knew
Jesus. No, they didn't know. If you look at the letters, Paul is almost half the New Testament. His letters and people who were his assistants, like Luke, who was his secretary. Now, if you look, according to scholars, if you look at all the letters of Paul and just extract from them hard data, biographical information about Jesus, you could fit it on one little index card.
What did Jesus say about himself? Who did he say he was?
Jesus said that he came to teach about God. Jesus hadn't died.
Did Jesus say he was the Son of God?
Calling someone the Son of God,
No,
Jesus...
That's not what I asked. Did Jesus say...
Jesus claimed we are all sons of God.
You're not answering my question again for some reason. I'm trying to learn about
the
your
reason. The reason is because you're not letting me. I would answer your questions if you would allow me.
I know, but when I ask you, you don't answer.
Yeah, but I'm not on trial.
You go to something else.
Yeah, but you're not a lawyer, and I'm not in a witness stand.
How do you know
We're
I'm
having
not
a conversation. We're having a conversation.
I know, but you're not answering my question.
Well, you're not allowing me to answer it in a way that makes sense to me.
Okay.
I'm not on trial here. I don't want I don't want questions fired at me. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
But
I'm an adult. I can explain myself.
But I need that first, and then you can do the sidebar stuff.
It's not sidebar. It's not sidebar.
Okay,
we're having a dialogue.
Right.
We're having a dialogue. So if I tell you that I feel it's really important you understand something, because as we know, in yes or no questions, people can get the wrong impression.
Okay, let's do it this way. Did Jesus teach that he was the Son of God and no man gets to the Father except through him? Yes or no, and then you can respond.
No.
He did not teach that. What did he teach?
The first part, Jesus definitely saw himself as the Son of God. Did Jesus believe that no one else could get to God? No, he never said that. In fact, if you look at what Jesus said to the Pharisees, he kept calling them hypocrites. To call someone a hypocrite is not to reject their teachings, it's to say you're not following what you teach.
Right. Well, he called them a hypocrite because they were not giving the people the truth. They were not living up to that truth. And they were like gurus over the people, but they were not. They were controlling the people rather than setting the people free. Am I right about that?
That was the opinion of Jesus, yeah.
Right. And so does Hare Krishna teach that?
But then again, just to be honest, what we know about Jesus was written later. It's not that there were people who knew Jesus writing down what he said. And so a generation or two later, we have people claiming that Jesus said this or that. So do I think that those accounts are absolutely accurate? No, I don't. I think there's some truth in them, but I don't think they're
Do you
absolutely
know
accurate.
Jesus?
Do I know Jesus? I mean, in the way I'm talking to you, I mean, I think I understand who Jesus was, yes.